Hey nerds, this is Pam coming to you from Stationery Nerd. Today we're going to look at a stone journal where the paper inside is actually made out of stone instead of wood or pulp. And this particular brand is put out by Xonex, and I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right, but we're just going to roll with it. And it is supposed to be waterproof, tree-free, rip-resistant, and earth-friendly. So let's take a look inside and see what we can see. Okay, so let's start out by removing the belly band. So this journal is actually a soft cover, and the cover itself is some type of plastic. Let me see what I've got on my notes. So this is the spreadsheet that has all the specs for all the journals that we have reviewed, and you can pick up a copy of this for free at the website at stationarynerd.com/journals. So I paid $12.99 for this journal, and it is 5.75 by 8.25, and that is A5. So let's take a look and see the size difference between this and the Leuchtturm. This is the 1917. What's going on here? Okay, sorry, we were all tangled up. So this is basically the same size. A little bit of hair difference, but we're going to call it A5. Okay, this is a soft cover, and it is a coated plastic is what I have written on that sheet, and the paper is signatures that are sewn and then glued in place, which, yeah, you can tell that here. So you can see that the signatures are there, and then the binding is glued all along the spine. It doesn't lay completely flat, and because the paper is so heavy, you can't really train it. So you do have a hump here, and it's kind of like this. So just so you know, you can't really get in here and write very well on the center spine. This journal is heavy, actually, which is kind of, it's a little freaky when you first pick it up, and it's because it's made out of stone, and it feels odd for such a little book like this to have such a heft to it. There are 160 pages. You can't really measure GSM for stone paper in the same way that you would measure for pulp-based paper. But I would say if you wanted to compare, it probably acts something like 70 GSM paper. So just to give you a little background about how this is manufactured. So stone paper is made with two ingredients. First is actual stone. It's usually calcium carbonate, which is plentiful and is a byproduct of other types of mining activity. So for instance, when you want a marble countertop, the stone that is left over from that manufacturing process, it's just sitting there waiting to be used for something. There is no use. So it's ground up into a fine powder, which is the calcium carbonate, and then that fine powder is mixed with a plastic substance. So it's about 80% stone and 20% plastic in order to make this kind of paper. Now there's some debate over whether it is environmentally friendly or more environmentally friendly than paper made from pulp, or if it's not. So I'm not going to get into that debate. We'll just leave that be. Just know that there are two sides to that story. So that's why this is so heavy, because 80% of this paper is made from actual real stone. So it's obviously going to be heavier than a pulp-based journal. So let's take, for instance, this journal and compare it to the Ali Babette journal that we had reviewed in another video. You can see that the notebooks are very much the same size, and both are A5, and both have the same, same presence. This does have 160 pages, this has 100 pages. So you can see that the Stone Journal paper is going to be much thinner so that you can fit more pages into the same footprint. This is 100 GSM paper. So let's, you know what? Let's do a little experiment here. This is my handy dandy little kitchen scale. Let's see how they compare. The Stone Journal is at 338. Let me just zoom in here for you. 338 grams. And then the paper journal comes in at 182 grams. So that's a pretty significant difference when you think that these two look and feel like they would be the same size. So, I don't know. Fun little nerdy thing from the Stationery Nerd, of course. Alright, so it says that it's waterproof, and it says that it's tear resistant. So, you ready? I'm going to try to tear this paper. Oh, that is so crazy. Okay, so it does tear. But it's like tearing a piece of plastic, or like tearing, like if you have like the tag on your mattress or something, that kind of tag. So let's see if we can make this focus, and you can see it's actually going to stretch first, and then if I keep on stretching it, it's going to break, and then it just kind of zips. Whoa, that's crazy. No, it's totally not paper. And yes, I just tore this out. It's okay, because I kind of hate this journal, so I don't really care. So there's nothing to this. This is a cover, the back cover. There's no pocket. There's no bookmarks. There's nothing fancy. The cover of this journal has a little bit of a pattern on it. I'm not sure if you can actually see this, but it's got like circles in like a glossy finish on top of the plastic finish. So no bells and whistles here. And here's our pen test. And you can actually see right now we have a problem, because all of this right here is from this. The other crazy thing, okay, so let's first, I'm going to show you what pens we've used. And we have a variety of black pens, and we have two highlighters. So these two highlighters are the Sharpie liquid highlighters, and then these pens are all black, and it's just a variety of fine liners, gel pens, rollerball pen, fountain pen. I will list all of these for you below. Alright, so here's what happened. I'm telling you, all of these were written in black. But look at the header, and then look at Staedtler fine liner. Can you see that? Something happened, and now the ink is purple. And the ink is actually soaking into the paper. You can see that quite a bit here on the Pilot Varsity. It's just kind of like saturating the paper and spreading out and making a little puddle of ink. The Bic, whoa, that was a big failure. The Bic is the rollerball, and that is a pretty hefty wet pen. So, yeah. Sharpie highlighters. The problem is when I close to the next page, everything bled on here. So let's just take a look at pen testing. When it comes to dry time, I'm just going to use this Pilot or the Papermate Flare, and I'm just going to go here, and you can see that it smears 1, 2, 3, and it smears again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's still smearing. So the Sharpie is one that typically does not smear in anything else, and even the Sharpie is smearing. So yeah, it's definitely a problem. You know what, the Micron is usually one that is dry, it dries really fast, right? Yep, not so good. All right, pen test results, take a look. Take a look at how bad that is. So you can basically see clean through this paper without any, like, you basically can't use the back side of this paper. So you know how we wrote these little smear test things. When we're on this side of the paper, you can see all of those little scribble marks from one page back, and it shows up as if it were on that page. Which is kind of crazy. And then the other thing that I notice, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to recreate that in the book for you or in the video for you, but this paper has that braille feeling on the back side where you can actually feel where the paper is indented. So let me just, I'm just going to use this Pilot Varsity fountain pen. And let's just see what it looks like on the back side here. Of course, now I'm afraid to shut this page because I'm sure that it's going to get all over this next page here. So what's it been, like 5-10 seconds? We're just going to go for it. So here you can see that the indentation on this paper, you can see and feel the pen mark. I don't know, that's kind of annoying to me. Some people think that's awesome and love it. Not me. Oh, look, I'm so surprised. We have a pen, or we have an ink transfer issue as well. So you're going to need to, okay, you guys, okay, that's it. You got it. You understand the problem with this paper. We don't like it. Not approved by Stationery Nerd. And if you're going to buy this brand, I don't know, do it for the novelty factor, or because you need to write in pencil in the rain or something. I don't even know. But not a great option. At least not this brand. I don't know if there are other journals that are stone journals in a different brand that you would recommend. I mean, if you have tried the Stone Journal or the Stone Paper journals, leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Have you found a brand that actually works like we would expect paper to work? Like, I'm going to write something and not have it take, what was it, like 30 seconds to dry, a minute to dry? So yeah, frustrated, huh? A little bit frustrated. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, you guys. Leave me a comment below, let me know what you think, and until next time, do all the things, do the like, do the share, do the subscribe, all those things, so that we can talk again soon. All right, bye guys.